Organizational behavior modification takes the behaviorist view that the environment teaches people to alter their behavior so that they maximize positive consequences and minimize adverse consequences. Let us use the following example to explain the basics of behavior modification. Referring to the example, antecedents are environmental stimuli that provoke, not necessarily cause behavior. In this example here, a warning light flashes. Behavior is the action in response to the antecedent. In this example, turning off the power. Consequences are events that follow behavior that influence its future occurrence. Consequences include positive reinforcement, punishment, negative reinforcement, and extinction. Here, the co-worker thanks the operator and thus uses positive reinforcement. Let us further elaborate on the consequences of actions and how these consequences can influence behavior. There are 4 OB modification consequences. In the example just used, positive stimulus was introduced after the behavior, that is the thank you, and this stimulus is likely to increase the probability of the behavior being maintained. Specifically, the machine operator is now likely to turn off the power in the future. Here's a second scenario with a boss using negative reinforcement. A shipping clerk has a boss who is a chronic nagger. The boss learns that the clerk has filled an order properly and stops nagging. Here, the boss removes the stimulus, the nagging, in order to increase the probability that the clerk fills orders properly. In both examples, we see that positive and negative reinforcement concerns increasing the probability of behavior. But what about reducing the probability of behavior occurring? In this third scenario, an engineer stops providing suggestions for ways to cut costs because her boss always criticizes the suggestions harshly. Here, a nasty stimulus is introduced as a consequence to the behavior, the suggestions that is, in order to reduce the probability of that behavior occurring. In a fourth scenario, imagine a meeting in which someone acts as a class clown. Every time the individual makes a joke, other individuals laugh, and thus the meeting isn't very productive. During a meeting break, the chair pulls aside individuals quietly and asks them not to laugh the next time the class clown makes a joke. The meeting resumes, and the class clown cracks a joke, but no one laughs. He tries again, and no one laughs again. What do you think happens next? Eventually, the class clown stops cracking jokes because the stimulus maintaining the behavior is removed. This is called extinction. Unfortunately, the individual now stops not just cracking jokes, but also contributing entirely to the meeting. What then should the chair of the meeting do? The best strategy here is to encourage and reward positive contributions by the individual. That is, extinction works best when coupled with positive reinforcement. Now, in groups of 3, try the attached class activity. You can complete this activity with anyone, but you need 2 other individuals, for example parents, siblings, significant other, but no pets.